Hey everyone, welcome back to Craftoria. This episode I want to try and get a little bit of create started so that we can get into making the whole storage system that now exists. So I'm only partially sure how this all works. It'll take me a little bit of mucking around, but we need the basics for create first. We're going to need a little bit of rotational power because we're going to need quite a number of things in order to make this system work. So these are all the things that, again, I've watched the video and I'll have a link down below. I love it how this makes noises. I'll have a link down below to the video that that this one comes from. So I'll make sure that detail's down below and that person can get all the credit. But yeah, it's a basic system that comes with Create 6.0, I think this is, that allows you to store things in an item vault and then retrieve them. So these are all the things we're going to need. We're going to need some packages. We're going to need an item vault. So the main bits and pieces, and the reason we're going to need so many machines, we need to make these blocks of cardboard, which is going to require a mechanical press, and the mixer will be required to make the pulp. So out of all the machines and bits and pieces, these are the main ones we're going to need, the main machine pieces. We need some copper plates and some transmitters and a bunch of other bits and pieces. But again, I mainly need a little bit of rotational force so that I can make mechanical mixer and the mechanical press and have them work. So I made myself a water wheel. I'm considering popping that up to the large water wheel. Normal water wheel obviously is quite simple. It's a shaft with some wood around it, and then the large water wheel is just that thing again with, with some more wood around it. I don't know if I want to use that wood or this wood, but we'll get there. So here's a large water wheel. The beauty of the large water wheel is even though it runs slower, it has a higher stress amount, or stress value, I guess you call it. We're going to need some cogwheels. Probably going to need a handful of these. So let's just do, I don't know. I was going to say, let's just make like 8 of them, I guess. And then I'm going to need some large ones, which we can do like this. Just make a handful. Okay, I can get some more shafts in a minute. I'm going to need some mechanical belts as well, potentially. I don't know. I do have some dried kelp somewhere. There it is. So let's just make... That's not how you make it. It's that way. A belt. Again, I don't know how many of these I'm going to need, but I probably need some more kelp. There's some here. Oops, that's not the button I want. I can probably go and get some more out of the water over there. You can see some just in the background there. So we've got plenty of sauce. Let's find a spot to set this up. Sure. We'll just pop it over here because, again, I want to end up with more tech stuff over there. But let's just get this set up over here. We're going to need the wheel. Sure, let's just... I don't know if that's big enough. I need to go one more. Let's jump things a bit much. Okay. Yeah, that might be enough. So when you read through the well, you do the ponder piece from Create here, it does tell you that you just need the one bucket. It's not going to get any better if you put more down. Thank you. The noises there. So let's see what we can do here. Kind of want it to... Is it going to turn? Unfortunate at the moment. Get this to fix itself up. Why won't you turn? It's going both directions. Excellent. let's change this so that it's further forward. Place it here. All right, so that gives us some rotational force. Again, not tons, and it's not amazing setup, but we're going to need to speed this up a bit. And it's been a while. I always muck up which way we do this. So is it small to large? Large? Small? Small to large, I think. Let me try that again. Pretty sure that's wrong. Yeah, that's the wrong way. Okay, cool, I get it. Not sure what I'm doing today. Okay. So put a small down, we'll get a large. Put a small in front of that. No, that's not how that works, is it? Oh wow. We are having fun. It shows how often I do create, to be honest. So give me 1 second. I'll be back once my brain starts working. All right, I think my brain's working again. So just large to small with a large on it and the small. It's a lot faster now than that is. First thing we're going to need, though, is a metal press. So the press thing so that we can make some plates. So the mechanical press here needs a shaft, it needs a block of iron, and it needs an andesite casing, which should just be a log, and it may need to be a stripped log. It's a minute since I did this. So it's a log with, yes, it might. Let's get rid of the shield. That, yes. So you need to right-click it with an axe, and then right-click it with an andesite alloy, and you'll get a casing. So we want to make this guy. I need the block of iron, so let's grab some iron. 9 iron. Ooh. Or one of them. Okay. That gives us the press. Underneath the press, I'm going to need a, what's it called? Depot or something? What are they called? It's normally a depot, but it doesn't need to be an industrial. So let's look at a depot. So I need another andesite casing and andesite alloy. So let's grab another bit of wood. Cool. That and that gives us the depot. All right, so again, I'm going to need to work out whether I've got this high enough off the ground, but let's get our press. Probably. No, is that too tall? That is too tall, everyone. Stop looking. So let's pop. Shh. So over there. That there. So now that we've got this, I should be able to put iron on it. And again, what do we need? We're going to need at least 5 iron plates. So let's just see what we can do. That's 6. If I come over here and do that. Very slow, but we will start getting plates. Again, if I could make this faster by like boosting this up, but there's better ways of doing it later on in the game. So again, I'm only doing this large wheel to make sure I've got the stress units I require with a couple of items. Actually, I am going to need to make this a lot faster than it currently is. Because the mixer will require a bit more speed. All right, we've got some iron plates. So let's just get rid of that guy for the moment. Make this faster again. Blue. On. Just higher up in the air, that's all. So again, mechanical press can now run it a bit faster. I can do this. And okay. So that should work. And obviously we just need to make sure we can access the thing. Okay. Now that I've got these plates, let's see if we can make the mixer. Now, sleeping through the night is probably a smart move, although I've got the torch thing there, so nothing should spawn in this area. Let's get rid of that one. Let's make a basin. I need to make a basin. And a mechanical mixer, so we're going to need a whisk. Then we are going to need another andesite casing and another cogwheel, so let's grab wood. Strip it. Make one of them. And that should get us the mechanical mixer. Good. Okay. One of them. We are going to need stuff that's pulpable, pulpifiable, as it says there, which is just some saplings or that sort of stuff. So let's pop up here and see if this is fast enough to run this guy. Oh, I need a cog. That's right. My bad. That one works slightly differently. I need somehow... There's a way of doing this where we change the direction. No. No. Alright, I'm going to make a gearbox. It's going to be easier. Okay, so gearbox. Probably want to make it a vertical one, right? Which is fine. I just need another andesite casing. I'll probably be smart to make a few of these, but yeah, we'll do it one at a time at the moment. You, casing. Gearbox. Okay. Now if I pop this here, that's just going to give me the, change in direction. But if I want to make it a vertical gearbox, pretty sure I can just pop it in there and I'll get a vertical. If I then put this here, we get one facing downwards. That's probably too close. Nope, needs to be a small one, right? Can I have another? Nope, need more shafts. Let me make a shaft. Okay, if I pop this there and then put you on that, we have a mixer. Under the mixer, we will need to put the basin. Good. And then if we want to make stuff, we put it in the basin. So to make the pulpable stuff, we actually need 4 saplings or something and a quarter of a bucket of water, which is kind of difficult. So it's going to need a little bit more than that. So let's just some saplings. It's 2. We don't need these trees, right? They can go. Okay, I probably need what, 16? It uses a quarter of a bucket. And what's the point of a quarter of a bucket? Ooh, close. 12. That'll do. Okay, so bucket of water. Yep, and then go here and go yoink. Okay, it'll do its thing. What we should get out of this is 4 lots of pulp. You see it's still mixing. The water level's gone down. And one more. There we go. We've got four lots of pulp. If I jump up here now, put them on here, we are going to get 4 lots of paper, I guess it is. Cardboard, sorry, my bad. Okay, 4 lots of cardboard. We can turn 4 lots of cardboard into a block of cardboard. We're going to need more of this. We're actually going to need 4 packages. I'm actually going to, I'll need 4 lots of the blocks of cardboard. So we're going to need quite a number of extra bits and pieces, but we can get rid of those things for the moment. You can go. Cool. So there's a few things we need. I need 4 packages. So that's the 4 blocks of cardboard. So we're going to need quite a bit of stuff. Let me just get rid of some junk. Not sure. Got so much stuff. The dry kelp. You know what? You can just pop back in there for the moment. Yep. So I'm going to need a couple more buckets of water. Probably eventually need some more kelp, as I said before. That's just for belts, etc. So that's not the end of the earth at this very second. But yeah, getting some things that I can pulpify, as it says, is my current. Oh, geez, really? I don't know if it means I can use flowers pulp or whether I can actually. If I do recipe, yes, it says things that are pulpable. Is that any sapling? I just don't know if it means I can use like flowers or if it's just saplings. All right. Okay, I need to collect some more stuff. So let me do that. Let me grab all the stuff I need for the cardboard, and I'll come back and we will make our packages. So back very shortly. Okay, I'm back. It's nighttime. Let's sleep so you guys can see properly because I don't have enough lights around yet. So I've gone and made all of the cardboard, put some steps in so it was easier to get up here. It works quite well, what I've got going. In here at the moment we have the machine, or all the materials I should say, for the 4 packages that we require. Put them in my inventory just to see if it triggers something. Cool. So let's tick that one off. I'm going to need 2 chutes, I think. So let's get 2 iron plates going. I've got some iron in here. Let's actually do that. Ooh. I know I've got 1 here, but nice. So I want chutes. Good. Pop that in there. Good. Right. I can get rid of that. Rid of that. Ooh, that for the moment. Okay, so the next couple of things I'm going to need a stock link, a seat, and a stock ticker. So I need 2 stock links, basically. Again, this is me going from memory. So stock links are item vaults and transmitter. Transmitter is just some copper plates and redstone dust and a lightning rod. Now, we did get a few lightning rods from the building we ripped down. So grab some of them. Again, I'll just pop the lightning rod in there. Let's go and pick up the copper ingots I just spat onto the ground and pop them in the press. Too much stuff in the old inventory, so that. The mining tool away. They can go away. Maybe the tracks. Cool, it just gives us a bit more space. Grab some of that. Okay. Okay, so let's just see this guy here, so transmitter. And I'm pretty sure it's just one of each of these. So item vaults are some more plates. We are going to need a minimum of 9 of these. And then, I guess, 10, 11. So I need at least 11. So let's get, what is it, 20? So I need at least 22 iron plates. Let's go grab a stack of iron. Should have a stack at this point. A little low on iron. I think there's some processing at the moment. We'll find out. So let's get our 22. I mean, we can do 21 to just clean up that last iron plate. That'll take a moment. What do I have going in here at the moment? A little bit. I will need some gold. Good. Cool. So that's processing. Let me put another cut in. I'll let that process and we'll get to the point where we've almost got everything we need. Alright, so let's see how much of a mess I can make of this. So I meant to mention before, the video I was watching is a Chosen Architect video. That will be the one that will be linked down below. But please, hopefully I get this right, and if you want more detail, head on over to the video I link and check it out. So first thing we need to do is drop our item vaults down like this, and then I'm going to need a couple of barrels. One here, one here. This is input, this is output, I believe. Then I need my packages. So this one needs to be right-clicked on the vault. This one needs to be right-clicked on the barrel. And this is our this is how we extract things out. So we'll request something, it'll pull out of here, it'll turn it into a package, it'll drop it down using the chutes that we got before. So it'll drop it from here to here and deposit it into that barrel. Now, the other way is the opposite, I believe. Again, I'm just trying to wrap my head around how this thing all works. We do need a stock link on here. And then we need to take our stock ticker, link it to that one, and pop it there. Hopefully that worked. Fingers are crossed. As it says in the thing, you do need to have a mob or a blaze burner nearby. Now I'm hoping this works. I do have a chicken there if I need it. I don't know if it's going to come running over and sit in a chair. I don't know why it was coming this direction. I was hoping I could use the turtle. No, it doesn't look like I can. Okay, how do I get you, sir? Come over here. Can you sit on this? Can you get on that? I actually don't know how I can get him to sit. Oh yeah. Hey, he's got a funky hat on. But what this should do is I should now be able to click him. And anything that's in the item vault, he should be able to give to me now. Let's see. Now, Pretty sure I've got to do this the other way. So I've got to go from here to there, put this in like that. So if I want to put something into... I've really got to get rid of this whoopee cushion. It's doing everything a disservice. Out you go. Away. Cool. So when I squat, it doesn't hurt the chicken. So item vault. If I right click on the chicken, there is nothing in there at the moment. But if I put something in here, like this egg, one thing I do need to do, I need to set up a redstone signal. So let's just grab the things for a lever. Cool. And then what should happen if I... See that? It got packaged. So we put that egg in here. As I said, this is the input. It turned into a package. That dropped down and went into the item vault. If I right click on the chicken now, we have an egg. If I want the egg, I can click that and hit send. You'll see it pop out, drop down, and it's now in this. So we now have a storage system. So anything that gets placed into this will get stored in the vault. And then if I want to request something, I can talk to the chicken, select the things I want, and we have it. Now, again, it's a bit of a bulky contraption, but the cool thing about it is if I want to expand the storage, I just make more item vaults. And I just expand it back this way by adding, say, another 9 or another, 18, 27, etc. I can build this back and store more and more items in here. So what I can do now, obviously I've got a little bit of stuff on me. I'd rather these things get put away in the drawer system. Now, not everything's fantastic here, but let's grab, as an example, the stuff in this barrel. Can I have some wood back in there? Sure. Just want to put some things away. Let me just grab all of this stuff. I know this isn't like all the... See them turning it into packages. And they're going into the system. If I now... Where did my chicken go? Hello? Is it on my head? Where'd the chicken go? Okay. Sir? Okay, yeah. I might be able to make the blaze burner eventually and drop it there. I think that'll help me. Can you please? Thank you. Okay, I can now right click and all of those items are in here. Again, if I want the thing back out, I click it, I hit send. It will go into this chest. Cool. So I can now store many things that I don't necessarily need to carry everywhere with myself. And, tidy up this space. So if I want to empty some of these bags or this stuff, I mean, let's do this. Here's some fun. In my inventory, do I have a pipe? It's fluid. I add some more item pipes. I do. I'll take that. Grab my wrench. If I know this is very wasteful. Let's put our bag down here. Let's do that. That pipe is pumping items into here. And as we talk to our chicken, more and more items will apply themselves to this list. And then if I want to pull something out, I can just click it and we can take it out. If I hover over here, you'll see the items going in. It shows you some. It doesn't show all, obviously. But now, if I want to bring all that stuff from over in that other area, I can just pick up my backpack, drop it down over here. Or if I want to, I can just run a whole bunch of pipes over here and put it into here. Or laser IO, right? So I can then go from the quarry there over to here and store all my items. Or to the drawers, or vice versa. So, a cool little system, and all I needed from Create was a tiny little bit of power, a press, and a mixer, and a little bit of time, a little bit of materials, and we now have a pretty funky looking storage system. So, I'm going to put a few more things away in this system. I'm pick up the bag and literally come back down here and pop him on the ground and start to empty out all the things into the bag. And then by the time the next episode is about, I should have this area cleaned up and a lot more room to play with. So again, I'm gonna as much as I can in between episodes here. Okay, so that's now full. Let's continue just filling up my inventory, apart from one spot for the bag. Pop on up here. Pop it down there. Wrench it. And we are away. So, cool little system. And if I want to do this a bit faster, I can just pop this open and do that. And it will package itself aplenty. I want to get that pick back out of there because... no, maybe not. I was going to say I'm just burning through a diamond pickaxe at the moment. But yeah, nice little system. We can move things around. I'll put all my items that I don't really want floating around down here. So again, I can grab this and we can pick this chest up. That barrel can go now. And again, we'll just clean up the area and make things a bit nicer to work with. We can still use the crafting station. Now, one thing obviously we can't do is put, you know, the crafting. I don't think the crafting station works against the vault. That would be quite interesting if it did. Let's test that theory. These last couple items in here. If I pick you up, because obviously the crafting station can use a... Oh my goodness. It sees some of it. It doesn't see all of it. So obviously there's a lot more items here than here. So that's unfortunate. It's just seeing that one box. If I... Let's see. If I put you here, you see something different? No. Just seeing if it's a... based on the actual spot it's in. No. Okay, so it'd be cool if it did, but it doesn't. That's okay, because we can just request the things we want. It doesn't have a crafting setup, but, you know, ideally the things I store in here will be stuff that I don't need to access all the time. So a lot of that stuff down there I don't need to always access, especially some of the decorative things. And we can just put like our overflow. So this, I don't need any of this stuff. Plenty of this stuff I probably don't need. So I can safely put things away. And then come back when I need it and get it from here. And some more of this. Ooh. And then we can get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. And then these last couple of items here. And as I said, things are getting a bit neater and tidier. And the base will be clean in no time. Alright, well, that's a good wrapping up point. Thank you all for watching. Comments down below. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you got something out of this. Again, this is the first time I've set one of these up. Go and look at Chosen Architects, a video on this sorting or storage system, I should call it. It is a really cool little setup. You can have a look through here and you can see the little packages dropping through. A very cool little system, storing things away, all accessible via the chicken. I might see what a blaze burner is worth to put there. I'm not obviously in the position to make one yet, but I would need to make a empty blaze burner and then capture a blaze, put him in there. I don't have right click a blaze with an empty burner to capture. Okay, I just need to go to the nether with an empty blaze burner and capture a blaze, and then I think I might be able to just drop that underneath here and it'll hopefully work. Cool. Alright, as I said, thank you for watching. Comments below. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in that next video. Bye now.